YouTube stream. Hey, thanks for the couple of subs to start us off this morning. Thorborg, appreciate you coming back for 2.5 years. Mega Corn Smack, thanks for hanging out for 26 months. Appreciate the over 2 years. Happy Monday, folks. I think it's the opening intro music that's copyrighted. It's pretty common in Japanese games, not the actual in-game music. I'm pretty sure the in-game music was getting tagged too. I guess I could try it. I could look it up, but I think the in-game music was getting tagged on YouTube as well. And one of the things that's extra messy about copyright and stuff, because of how normalized it is to steal things on platforms like this, is a lot of the time, even if music is copyright free, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're not going to get tagged by trolls. Like for example, all of the Marvel stat music has always been approved and okay to stream, but there were a couple of seasons where second dinner folks had to actively go and fight and make it so Twitch's auto detection wasn't flagging it and auto muting the VODs. I'm back, and I'm here till you ban me or you quit, whichever comes first. Hopefully we'll be here for another 84 months or so at least, Rad. Thank you for the 7 years and the absurdly generous tier 3. Who is that hunk? Yeah, I put the... Look at our... I like how... Normally these are subtitled. I like how it's just squares, because we're just yelling. We don't translate demon, apparently. All right, what are we fumbling around with this morning? I imported a few decks from... I went on the internet and stole some decks last night. I gotta start with this mid-range sword pile. So a lot of the builds of this that are common are very aggressively slanted, and this one is... It goes bigger. We've got two Axe Raider and 2 Lucksteel Paladin. This one is just like comes in and kills 2 things and summons 2 knights. And then she makes 4 knights that are both defensive and offensive with rush and ward. Does streamer mode cut copyright stuff? The copyrighted music? Usually streamer mode just hides names, yeah? I toggled that on. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna Google it really quick. Shadowverse Worlds Beyond Streamer Mode. What does it do? You plan on adding a streamer that will make it easier for players to stream the match live. The single press of a button, players will hide their private information, such as user ID, email address, as well as the names of their opponent. Furthermore, tie-in cards and music will not be shown or broadcast over the stream. There will also be a feature that makes it more enjoyable for spectators alike. For example, players... It turns off... It says it just turns off the music. Tie-in cards and music will not be shown or broadcast on the stream. So it sounds like streamer mode just doubles. It turns the music off. It sounds like it just turns the music off. Okay, let's hop into a game up. Let's do some of this to start. Morning, Nasu. You explained the enhanced ability on cards. That refers to when you evolve them. So there's evolve and super evolve that unlock at different turns over the course of the game. These are both bigger finishers. I'm gonna mulligan these. I think we'll take a We'll take an Ironclad Majesty and a Samurai here. Opponent is playing Ramp, which is, I think, not ideal for us. So I have to decide how I want to use my extra energy. I kind of think I want to open aggressively here. I could be wrong though.
The young Paragon dons his mask.
It depends on how big their deck is going. Usually the ramp decks go fairly large.
A jingling purse I hear?
So I can go ahead and crack their dome for 2, and then this has rush. I can trade with their 2/2.
Thanks for the business.
This heals us 1 whenever we have a Knight enter.
Purse I hear?
Hey, that's lovely. I'm just gonna run back the line from last turn. And then this here says when it evolves, we destroy an enemy follower on the field. And one of the advantages we have from going second, in addition to having 2 extra energy points to use at various points over the course of the game, we also get to evolve first. So if they play out one thing here without rush and don't kill this, I guess we might see them discard a card here to this.
The young Paragon dons
And they
his
can't
mask.
evolve yet, so we have the first evolution advantage. So I get to go ahead and evolve this to kill this.
Repent.
Friana, thank you for
stars,
the
too
almost
nice.
2 years. Welcome back. I have 4 energy this turn. Neither of these have rush, right? Yeah, you need the other card to give them rush. Whenever an allied knight enters the field, give it rush. This only makes a 1/1. Definitely just
all
hitting
to
their
me.
dome for 4 here. I feel like I want to hold this for... when I have a few points of life gone. She can heal us back up. So I'm gonna put points on the board here. Poro King, thank you for the almost 3 years. Welcome back. D Nice coming in hot for the 3rd of a year.
Stand proud. You earned this.
Yep, opponent's done. So I mentioned that our deck is, the way this build is a little bit more mid-rangey, meaning we're not super aggressive. Ooh, that's fun. We're up to diamond. That's the top of those, I think, if I recall correctly. But the thing to note, and this is one of the reasons why I often enjoy mid-range decks in this game, is
With rain comes death.
that last
I
matchup
wield my
showed how we
blade
can take an
with
aggressive
pride.
slant if it's good to take an aggressive slant. And our opponent's also playing sword, and usually sword decks are more aggressive. So I'm actually going to keep 2/2 here, and I'm going to mulligan this 8, looking for cheaper things. Volseer deals 5 damage to enemy when it comes out, which is nice.
Help is here.
To the shores of victory.
I think I want to just keep their board relatively clear.
Take the high road. Brave fool.
I demand a
Clean
rematch.
that out.
Is that a jingling purse I hear?
This gives rush. I feel like I want to be resource efficient here, though, so I'm going to play this and kill the 2/2, and then next turn we could go 2-drop, 2-drop is the plan. And hopefully going 2-drop, 2-drop next turn gives us the ability to clean the board out.
Forged in steel.
My first
Yeah, this is exactly what we want now. So I get to go play this. This knight has rush, which means it can attack an opposing unit right away. We trade here. I play the samurai. I trade with this.
My oath is for
Now we've got a unit on board, and they do not.
The Lord commands.
Commander dons her mask. Repent. Reason.
To the shores of victory!
I demand a rematch!
Yeah, that's real good. I don't have... Oh, I was about to say I don't have a super clean answer here, but I actually do, right? So I get to do this.
Why is everyone so
Into
hostile?
evolve, kill this 6/5.
Repent.
My star is the
I
star.
yield.
And
Leave
then
it
this
all to
kills
me.
1, and then
Not
this
all
deals
is
5 when it
lost.
comes
The
down.
only trophy I need
Now, a
is
downside
all
here
is
is
lost.
our hand is a little bit clunky from this spot right now. We've got an Axe Raider
Fear the dark because
and a
it's
Paladin and
so
Olivia, but I don't currently have anything I can play next turn.
Understanding is the first step to conquering.
I leave the rest to you.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate draw for us. We're gonna take a big hit next turn.
Dons.
I think I'm doing this
my next I'll miss you.
here, but just like having no plays on 6s. Incredibly bad for us.
Good little dove should be in bed
Yep.
by now. Not my first rejection.
Pluie de paix.
This gift is to die for.
Yeah, I really needed this last turn. This would have been very good for us last turn. Now I think we're gonna be in trouble. I think we're just dead. Yeah. I think it's this and hope we draw another cheap 2, but
Forth into an endless
unlikely, I think. All right. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance, maybe? I don't think so.
Young
I
Paragon
think we're just
dons
cooked, right?
his
Because they
mask.
have
Pluie de paix.
2 ward things here.
Even fate shall fall to this blade. Follow my lead.
Leave it all to
I
me.
can kill these,
Oath is
but
fulfilled. My oath
we're taking
is
10 on
fulfilled.
board here. I assume that means we're dead. Only at 14. I got someone can have a whole array of cards in the field in one turn, and then nothing the next big swings are entertaining to see. Yeah, the back and forth on the turns is really sweet in this game. It's very common for a player's entire board to disappear turn to turn. Yeah, the evolve mechanic assists with the idea of the evolve mechanic assists with the idea of you want the boards to get cleared out, because evolve giving rush lets you attack aggressively with something. Or just that back and forth on the board.
With rain comes death. I wield my blade with pride.
Another controlling opponent, definitely getting rid of the 8. Honestly, I think Luminous Magus is probably good in this matchup, so I'm gonna keep the rest of these. Going burst is good here, and we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 now, which is stellar. With no play from them, I'm gonna open on the ward here, I think.
Most who take the high road wind
I
up
leave
dead.
the rest to you.
It's fair. So this gives me healing value down the line, so I don't know that I necessarily want to do that. Bellrigger lets us draw some cards when she dies. Let's get her down. It's kind of scary. Whenever an allied follower enters the field, give it 1/1. So for a number of turns here, their things are just going to be bigger.
The Lord Commander
Play the ward out
dons
here.
her
I can't
mask.
evolve it. I can't evolve it yet, but I have so many other things in hand. I think.
To the shores of victory!
Help is here!
To the shores of victory!
I'll always watch over you!
You see them evolve and eat my 4-4 here.
I eat beer for breakfast!
I yield.
That's a big board. Think it's Luminous.
Fear the dog because it let me aid
Forged
you.
in steel.
We'll go ahead and evolve her up.
Repent.
Understanding is the first step into the light.
I demand a rematch!
I personally am not really engaging with any of the guild or social features in the game, but yeah, there's a number of, I think there's a Hoaglandia 1 and Hoaglandia 2 guilds that folks have been coordinating in the Discord server. We're still at 20 here.
I will provide cover.
Oaths are forged in steel.
Let me aid you.
My oath is fulfilled.
Opponent bumping up into the unit limit here.
Understanding is the first step to conquering.
foresight.
Draw 2 Swordcraft, recover Super Bug, all allies on the field barrier. Bliss starts getting some healing down. What does she do? Gives us knights. Huh.
Good medic's the antidote to
Oaths are
old doom!
forged in steel.
Maybe I was supposed to play this and get ones with Rush.
The only trophy I need is your
I
heart.
lacked foresight.
I think we're doing this to kill one of their things.
Pulling out all the stuff. You don't scare me!
My oath is fulfilled.
I think we're done. I think we're done. We have 7 points to the board that we weren't able to deal with. There's a chance I take this deck and throw it away. Our first couple of games against the aggressive Swordcraft deck here have not felt particularly promising. Yeah, running us down quite efficiently.
To the shores of victory!
There are people who need me!
My oath
To the
is
shores
fulfilled.
of victory!
Not my first rejection.
Yeah, I don't know how we ever come back from this spot, yeah. We're still 2 turns off of the Lux Steel Paladin. So I have a super evolve. I can play this,
Here!
To the shores of victory! Stop
and
right there!
this kills this, I suppose.
My oath is fulfilled.
This is a 2/1 that deals 5. This gives my knights rush. Does this do it? This might do it actually. Do we stabilize that? Do we stabilize the board for the turn? I think we stabilize the board for a turn with this combo, right? Because the knights she's generating have rush. So this can clear this, and then these can trade here. And we're somewhat stabilized with the massive asterisk here. My opponent's up evolution points, right?
To the shores of victory!
I yield.
To the shores of victory!
I demand a rematch!
Yeah, this card letting them kill our super evolution without needing to evolve themselves is pretty good. But we did survive to get to the paladin, right? Could be what we need. So I get to clear their thing out without needing to evolve.
I was overconfident.
That seems pretty good for us. Have you played any ramp? Yeah, there's a dragon ramp deck with an aggressive slant over on the YouTube side.
My oath is fulfilled.
Played a bit of that.
To the shores of victory.
And this applies to all future followers, right? Whenever another allied follower enters the field, give it 1-0 rush and ward. So they need to clean her out.
Forged in steel.
I assume they're gonna super evolve one of these and then clear right there.
Y'all are just the best audience.
Is this to be my legacy?
Oh my goodness, that was a lovely top deck.
Pierce through the heart of darkness.
Oaths
By
are
my blade.
forged in steel.
Do I need to burn my last super evolve here? I think I do. I think I do.
Repent. I am no more.
I'm just because I'm at 9, I really can't afford to leave them aboard. I don't think. I guess I have ward units. Maybe I could.
Pierce through the heart of darkness.
Oaths
By
are
my blade.
forged in steel. My oath is fulfilled. My oath is fulfilled. My oath is fulfilled.
Repent.
All right, everybody's out of
I
super
am no more
evolves.
than a servant of the light. Is this to be my legacy?
And this has ward, so I have to attack this first. I could play both of these and hit this. I could also play her. I have to kill this, right?
Good little dove should be in bed by now. The only trophy I need is your
Is
heart.
this to be my legacy?
Pretty back and forth match right here. I dig it. If you haven't watched a ton of Shadowverse, Shadowverse has more back and forth gameplay than probably any other card game I've ever played.
Rally to your king!
It's really, really well done in terms of back and forth. Deal 3 damage to all enemy followers. Give this, can attack 2 times per turn. Are we about to shut the front door here? I think we're about to shut the front door.
Wrath will fall heavy on your head.
Owlbear is here to clean up. If they don't,
I'll miss you.
if they don't top deck something with Storm to kill us here, I think we're
Not
I
all
think
is
they're done.
lost. I'll miss you.
And it's gonna come down to this draw step.
Not my first rejection.
Soldiers, lend me your courage!
This is gonna give them a redraw. Could attack 2 times per turn. That's still not quite enough, right? All right, so we'll play her out.
Fear the dog.
And now I have units with ward here. So hopefully that means we're good. Yep.
Repent! I will not falter.
Very clean.
You reap.
I played the original Shadowverse for a bit, just checking out your Worlds Beyond stream. Second time watching you stream it. Yeah, it's been really fun. I never played the original, but this one has made a lot of good design choices from a gameplay perspective, and the client's visually stunning. It's really feature rich. So guys, when did this game release? So this new Shadowverse Worlds Beyond released Monday night. Or a week ago, about a week ago?
Those
Almost a week
ephemeral
ago.
dreams.
It's Monday again, new week.
I'll bind them together.
I'm only getting my 7, looking for cheap things here to start. opponent's playing Portalcraft, it's a little bit grindier. Honestly, based on the deck that they're playing, there could be merit to keeping the last stand.
Looking for a spark of inspiration.
Help is here!
To the shore, stop right there.
Dude, watch the thingamajigs.
Don't move.
I demand a rematch!
So if you're new to Shadowverse, you'll see my opponents keeps having cards appear and going into their hand. These are artifacts.
Your mentor.
Is what their deck generates. So these artifacts fuse into combinations of things that give them 3 like stage 2 monsters and then 1 big one that's a finisher that's a 10 energy play. The things to know about their artifacts is they cost 3 or 5, and the 5 cost ones can have mechanics where they heal the opponent, deal damage to me directly, or deal 3 damage to my entire board. So those are things we'll want to be thinking about and playing around in some certain spots.
I'll always look forward.
Hope is the greatest weapon we can pass on.
I'll always watch over you!
Not my first rejection.
Oh, this thing lives because it killed a freebie, huh? I think I'm just traded to clean their board out here.
Those who take the high road, brave.
So this has
fool.
rush, and then this does 5 when it comes down. And one of the resources to be thinking about here is my opponent's board is clear here, which is good for us, and we're up in evolution. So they spent one of their 4 evolution points to clean out my board last turn, and we did not have to spend an evolution point to clear them out. You only get 4 of these over the course of the game, and they're a very valuable resource.
I'm armed for a freaking circus.
Change doesn't scare me anymore.
Okay, so they are going to have a lot of their artifacts. I bet we see an evolve here to give them some more and clear my 2-1.
Let's do this together.
So, evolve lets it attack a unit right away, so lets them clear out my 2-1. And when this one evolves,
Not my first
they get 2
rejection.
more of their artifacts they can fuse in their hand. I think I am going to use an evolution this turn. We're up 2 of those. I just don't want to fall too far behind on board.
Stand in my
So when
way
this
and
one
I'll
evolves,
punch you
it
down.
blows something up.
Repent.
My star is the star. Leave it all to
And
me.
it can attack right away, so we get to clear them out here again.
Follow me.
Doombright Resurgence here gives them copies of artifacts from their hand into play, so this is going to deal 3 to all my things, killing this, but these are temporary, so this is going to go away at the end of my next turn. So I don't need to worry about this is going to kill my thing, but I don't need to worry about killing
I
this.
leave the rest to you.
I want to save Geno here for when we're going to be killing their board, so I'm just going to play
We fear
the
dark
Luminous
because it
Magus
can't
out
be
here, which gives us a
steel.
bunch of ward friends. And I'm going to hold on to these 2 again because they have more value as a surprise. They're not going to add a ton of meaningful pressure to the board. The kind of magic number we want to think about is my opponent's big artifact is a 10-10 with Storm, meaning it can attack my dome the turn it comes into play. And specifically, I want to try and stay above 13 because if I fall below 13, if I fall to 13 or below, they can drop their 10 power thing into play and super evolve it to hit me right away. Think we need to get her down here.
Pierce through the heart of darkness.
Oaths
By
are
my blade.
forged in steel.
So we'll
Over
go
my dead
hit
body.
you,
Over my dead
hit
body.
you,
Over my
Hit
dead body.
you.
Over my dead body.
Hit you.
Just revving up!
Do I super evolve here? I think I super evolve here. Which gives super evolve's a little bit different than regular evolve. It gives 3/3 instead of 2/2. And it means your thing can't be destroyed while it's your turn, and your opponent takes 1 damage when you kill one of those trees. So my 9/9 doesn't take any damage here because it's super evolved. And then my opponent also takes 1 when we kill their thing.
I lost my strengths and gained a heart. Let down your guard. It's okay to feel sad.
Okay, so Orcus is gonna let them crack us in the
Let
backswing.
down your guard.
My oath is fulfilled. My oath is fulfilled.
So Orcus gives their puppets, and now we're at 13. So we might actually be cooked here. So this one goes away at end of turn. This one does not. So this gets a barrier when it strikes. How is Bane templated? Bane says, destroy any follower that attacks is attacked with Bane after damage is exchanged. So does Bane kills through the barrier. Okay, that was my expectation, is Bane kills through the barrier. So this
Most who take the
comes into
high-grade
play,
fool.
and these trade because they both have Bane. And then this one, this 3/3 goes away at end of turn. So this, I could attack her twice with the barrier, and we'll be fine.
To the shores of victory.
Yes, Haley girl. If they have their, they might have us dead here. I think they have enough artifacts to assemble the big one.
Why do you have 2 of the same persons up there?
Because they're knights. Did you have a good sleep in your box?
Yeah.
Yep. Haley had a box fort. Has a box fort. And that's where she slept last night. In her box fort. Pretty cool.
Jacob and Zach both slept in it.
Eat my stardust!
Oh yeah, Declan slept in his box fort too.
Yeah, well, then he came and Jacob.
I was overconfident.
That was Jacob and Paul.
Okay, so this one heals, which is nice. Owlbear.
Which one heals?
This one heals us when our knights come into play. I think I'm just dropping Owlbear here.
Heaven's wrath will fall heavy on your head.
I was just revving up!
You.
Obviously, I need to clear this out. It's a question of, do I want to burn my super evolution to do it? I don't think so. I guess I technically don't even have to evolve here. Maybe I save it. I think I just do this. Because my evolution has value on the Lionheart Ward. Are we dead? Yeah, that means we're dead. What's wrong? Why are you whining? You got me, baby girl. I'm right here.
Is this the end?
I'll always look
That is the big monster.
Break free of entropy.
I will not falter.
Yep.
Well, why is our person away?
Because the opponent won the game. See? Nobody wins all the time, just like I tell you. You gotta be a good winner and a good loser, okay?
Good winner. That's good. You won.
I did not win that game. Daddy lost that game. And that's okay. Sometimes you're gonna lose your game.
Are you level 2 and they're level?
With rain comes death.
No,
Medium
opponent
rare.
is going first and
Or
we're going
well
second.
done.
Opponent's playing Runecraft. I'm definitely not opening on either of these. I think I'm gonna keep Balse and, well, mulligan the rest of these, looking for some 2s here is the plan. Yep.
Daddy,
Yes, Haley.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm curious to see how this game plays out, because the opponent's deck tends to be a bigger control deck. So I'm interested to see if it feels like our deck can keep up with what they have
Most
going
who
on.
take the high-grade fool.
I don't know. You gotta play the game to find out if you're gonna win.
I win a lot.
May
in my
wings be at your back.
Yeah, you win a lot in your Pokemon game. That's fun. Am I just passing here? I think I'm just passing here. I think we're saving our +1 energy for turn 5 when I can play Amelia.
Special assignment today.
The only trophy I need.
What?
Don't forget to review.
You did sleep a lot. Dilski, thank you for the 6 months in advance.
Ready, Graham?
I appreciate the 18 months I plan to be here. Thanks for keeping me around.
Not my first rejection.
Is mommy awake?
Mommy is awake. You should go check on her.
Okay.
Because she's going to be taking you to school here in a little bit, okay?
Wait, it's a school day?
It is a school day, yep.
Away.
Hooray, I'm glad you're excited. So, Annie's summon goes away at end of turn. Not going to be able to attack through. I think my plan changes when they play Annie because I can't attack them anyways. So I think we just play the Luminous Mage with our Warded Knights and pass the turn here. Our hand's got a lot of beef in it. So I feel like this game will hopefully give me a good gut feel for whether or not this deck can keep up with the other bigger decks in the metagame. Because the opponent's archetype is one of the more controlling decks, so if it feels like we are close or competitive here, that bodes well for our deck having some potential.
Defeat is not an
I
option.
lacked foresight.
My oath is fulfilled. My oath is fulfilled.
So Albert. Oh, I lost the extra point, right? I always do that too. I forget you can't save it. Are we playing Gino? This being Wardigan here is unfortunate. I think I need to just play Gino, but we're gonna take another hit to the face here. So
To the shores of victory.
oh wait, I have a super evolve. I think I'm burning a super evolve to clean their board.
To the shores of victory.
No!
It's not super exciting, but
Victory is
I think using a super evolve to get the board fully cleaned out here is worthwhile. I'm up. I still have one more regular evolve than them, so we're behind a little bit, but not a ton.
I give up.
New year, new me. Not all is lost.
All right, all of our friends are gone, but that's okay. Am I playing Gino to kill this? If I don't play Gino to kill this, I have to burn an evolution to kill it, and I don't know that I love burning an evolution to kill it. I think I do this just to hold my Evo for now. This is Rush, not Storm, so I can't attack their dome. You have a plan on providing thoughts on secondary statement that came out late Friday. There's nothing in their statement worth talking about. Their statement was basically a typical non-statement where they didn't change their position on anything or give us any new information. It's so weird to me that people are posting reacts to it. I guess it's just low effort content.
I was overconfident.
Annie's summon destroys itself at the end of your turn. Yes, I'm aware of that. I called that out when the first Annie was played. I needed to remove their other two things, though, so that way I didn't take a bunch of damage myself. So I made the play that I made because I wanted to... what's the word I'm searching for? I wanted to get their
into
board
an
cleaned out.
endless sky.
This summons a 1/1. I think I need to super evolve and clean some things out this turn. The 3 for the recovery. So, I don't know that I want to play the 3 this turn, because there's potential in the future for it to recover more to me. Is how it works. So if I play it this turn, I get 1 point of life, but I do in the future, I might get more than 1, yeah?
Over my dead body.
And I don't love our position now, because double owlbear might pull us out, but I'm down 2 super evolutions at this point,
To the edge of what's known.
which is not great for us.
On to the next
And
round.
this is where they kind of bury us in the late game, where they have their redraws and resets on their energy. I haven't seen Shadowverse in a while. In 4+ years, the power level looks to have escalated. So, this is a brand new version of Shadowverse. They actually re-released the core of the game because they wanted it to be reworked. They weren't happy with some of the core rules. This is Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. Is a brand new way to play it. Alright, so Owlbear here means I could clean their board out without using an evolution this turn, which is really, really appealing.
Heaven's wrath will fall heavy on your head.
Because this does 3 to everything, and then I can go crunch you, crunch you.
Into the night.
Stop right there.
And I'm actually up cards. I'm actually up cards in hand compared to our opponent here. So in terms of resource to resource, we are in a decent spot that way. And this luminous potion right here could give us a little bit of buffer alongside Olivia to be okay. Do I just Owlbear again? This gives my knights rush, right?
Stop right there.
Hit you.
Not all is lost.
Play this.
The antidote
Are forged.
Play this.
To the shores of
This does
victory.
5 to something.
Stop right there.
Hit you.
Not all is lost.
Play you. Kill
The
you.
only trophy I need is your heart.
I need to kill this.
Pluie de paix.
My will over my dead body.
Later.
There's a great way to learn what's going on. So the basic rules of the game are each player has 20 defense,
Ready, Graham?
and then you win the game when you reduce your opponent's defense to
None
0.
shall escape the lash of my flame. Defeat is not an option.
Oath is fulfilled.
So they're gonna mostly clean my board out here again.
There are people who need me.
The one resource that matters here that my opponent is up that I am not is my opponent has it's because my knights rush, right? My opponent has a super evolution and I do not, which can make their things get a little bit stronger. Am I burning my other Owlbear here? This, with the knights having rush, could let me finish their board, but it would take my last evolution to do it.
The Lord Commander dons her mask.
So we evolve this, which gives it 2/2 and lets it attack this turn.
Reason.
To the shores of victory.
And then I could go ahead and have her kill this. And then I can hit this, hit this, and I can play this, which draws me some friends and gives me some extra energy back. Oh my goodness! I should have done that first. We drew Vulse. I'm chilling on Vulse thing. No, I'm gonna play Vulse out.
The only trophy I need is your
I'm
heart.
gonna play this out and just like, let's try and end this before they top deck out of it.
You're tough.
Hello, Haley girl. Wow, okay. I mean, we said when we were going in, that was gonna be one of the tests of our deck, is could our mid-rangey sword deck...
Who won, Daddy?
We won this time, you were right. Could our mid-rangey sword deck outgrind the Runecraft control deck? And we did successfully outgrind the Runecraft control deck. Alright, I'm gonna throw the deck list up on screen here. We're definitely gonna play some more of this when we get back from the break, but we need to take a quick advert break to pay some bills to make sure they're not gonna go over the top of gameplay here on the Twitch side. If you're watching this on YouTube and enjoying the gameplay, make sure you tap the like button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps the content reach some more people.
Where's the like button?
The like button? What do you mean by like button?
Like, which like button?
Oh, the like button. Where's the like button? The like button is a little thumbs up on the video. It lets people say they like what they're watching. Thumbs up, yep. You're adorable.
Mom, Dad,
Yes.
up.
Can you tell my children aren't allowed to watch YouTube chat? She doesn't know what a like button is. That's a good question. Most people watching on YouTube can't find it either. It's true, you know. I feel like I'm warming up to this one the more we play it. Owlbear is such a powerful finisher.
I'm gonna watch.
And obviously, like, he's good in aggressive decks, so you can, like, attack their face right away, but in his more controlling role, he's been solid, too. The sweep your opponent's board and then hit things twice.
I'm gonna watch you.
Especially if he comes in with the super evolve, it's really strong. Methodras, thank you for hanging out for almost 3 years. Welcome back. I appreciate that. What have you enjoyed the most so far? I think the Forest Craft combo deck is probably my favorite thing I've played.
I'm gonna watch you too.
Hey, I love you, and you are welcome to sit with me. But you gotta let Daddy be the one to do the chatting, okay? Did Mommy say how long till you go to school?
Nope.
No?
I don't even care.
You don't even care? Did you have anything to eat yet this morning? Nope, you should probably eat something before.
I ate something.
You ate something last night? I bet you're gonna be hungry again here soon though. And you missed breakfast at school? So you should go eat something upstairs before you go to school, okay?
I missed breakfast.
Yep, because you're kind of late for school today. Because we were letting you sleep in because you were sleeping late in your box fort. Oh, and that's okay.
I'm not hungry.
Okay.
With
You can sit
rain
for a little bit,
comes
but in like
death.
5 minutes I need you to
We
go
have
eat
much
so that
to
way you have food in
discuss.
your belly before you go to school.
I literally just missed. Which cards are you keeping?
I'm keeping the one that costs 2, so we have something to play early. And then I'm throwing back the other ones that cost more energy.
Why are there 3 2s on one card?
Looking for a spark of inspiration.
Are there 3 2s on one card? That's a good question. So the green 2 is how much it costs to play. The blue 2 is how much attack they have, and the red 2 is how much.
I'm on for a freaking circus.
You know, I'm gonna semi-blame the toddler. Maybe I should have tapped my extra point and played
Young
Lionheart out
Paragon
last turn.
dons his
That's
mask.
close. Getting the maggot down on turn 4 is pretty powerful.
I want this. Daddy, which cards are you keeping? Are you keeping one?
Of all the card games you cover, what are you playing the most these days? Shadowverse is the thing I'm playing the most of for sure.
If I
It's been my walking
the
around
rest to
game
you.
lately.
if I would play this game, I would play this.
You like that girl? She's kind of fun.
Yes, I like.
Does it suck to have to make a new YouTube channel for every CCG to re-unlock monetization and split your viewer base, or does that system work best for you so far? So, it sucks to basically have YouTube steal revenue from me every time I make a new channel, but the reason why I make a new channel is because you actually hurt your content if you don't have a YouTube channel per game that you play. Because the way the YouTube algorithm works is it punishes you if people aren't consistently clicking on everything you upload. So like, for example, if I put Marvel Snap videos and Shadowverse videos on the same YouTube channel, and some people are only clicking on the Marvel Snap and some people are only clicking on the Shadowverse, everything gets penalized in the YouTube algorithm.
Why does that girl have a flag? Why does this girl have a flag?
Interesting, even though all your content would fall underneath the umbrella of card games. Yeah, I mean, most people don't play more than one card game at a time. These card... Hold on, Haley, again. You need to talk for a minute. Card games are live service games and typically require a big time and often money investment from the players that they're taking, so most people don't have bandwidth to play more than one thing in one. Yes, what is your question?
Why does that girl down there have a flag?
Which one? Her?
No, the girl up there.
Her?
No.
This one?
Yeah, you.
Oh, she does have a flag. You're right. I don't know. That's just who she is. Alright, so we get to gain a bunch of life back here.
What's her name?
We play this one out, and she makes us things, and this should just heal us back up. This is the Luminous Magus, and this is the Potion Rite. She helps heal our friends. And I think I'm burning an Evolve here to keep their board clean.
Repent. Understanding is the first step into the light. You don't scare me.
Stronger?
You don't scare me. Major bummer.
What makes Shadowverse more fun than similar games like Hearthstone or Magic? Well, it's been years since I played Hearthstone or Magic at this point.
Two flag people.
I do have two flag people, you're right.
The curious artificer dons their mask.
Hearthstone, I ultimately bounced off of fairly quickly because there wasn't a lot of deck building depth or super meaningful in-game decisions in the games that I was playing, it felt like. And Magic the Gathering just has really immense amounts of power creep, and Wizards of the Coast is one of the singular worst companies you could ever interface with.
Who won? You won.
Nobody's won yet, Haley. We're still playing. Okay, I love you. You need to go eat some breakfast, please, so you can be ready to go to school when Mommy tells you it's time to go, okay? Thank you for coming to visit me. I hope you have a good day at school.
Come on.
What is
for
breakfast?
Old time's sake.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in the pantry, my toddler.
Dons.
You can go have whatever you want.
My star is
Yes, you can have some yogurt. You can ask Mommy or brothers to help you with that, okay? Okay, yep.
I'm literally just gonna have to wait. If I come back in, that means Jacob's not.
What are your thoughts on the economy of this game? The economy of this game, from my perspective as someone who spends money on games, is it's very similar to most other card games that I've played in terms of price point and seems mostly fine. I've made the decision that I am not going to sit down and crunch all the tedious, detailed numbers for the economy in this game, because if I'm going to be honest, every time I crunch the numbers for other games like Pokemon Pocket or Marvel Snap, I can run all of the numbers and present them in a really reasonable manner, and a bunch of people still just yell and fart and scream about how it's terrible despite the numbers being mostly fine. And I just really don't want to put in a bunch of work and still have people tell me they hate it, so I think it seems fine, and if it seems fine to you, you should have fun and play it, and if it doesn't seem fine to you, you should go play something else that seems fine.
To the shores of victory.
I think the economy is intentionally obtuse, because the economies in all these games are intentionally obtuse. Because making them obtuse causes people to spend more money. But that's not exclusive to this game.
I was overconfident.
I had a shock seeing your daughter. I remember when we didn't know her name and you had us guess it. Yeah, she actually turned 5 last weekend.
Only ransom I take is blood.
Do you feel having to split it hurts some of the other channels, or prioritizing which channel gets the most content / effort? Do you go based on which one you're enjoying more, or which channel brings in the most revenue? I mean, the thing to be aware of from my perspective is that none of my YouTube content really makes a very significant amount of money. So in any given month, my YouTube channels are like somewhere between 10 or 25% of my total income. A majority of my income making content comes from live streams on Twitch, a majority of which is direct support from folks like Radioactive Clown there, appreciate the 22 months, and all of ya coming it hot for 4.5 years. So, for example, the Shadowverse stuff is very similar to how I've managed my Snap stuff for a while, which is a lot of the YouTube stuff there is just me taking longer segments from the stream where we had good runs with interesting games and just like uploading them with basically no editing. Because something that I learned very unfortunately with the Pokemon channel, where I had a full-time editor from the start, is I actually didn't see any meaningful increase in edited content versus non-edited content in terms of how much revenue it makes. Because YouTube as a platform is one that just like largely rewards consistently putting out large volumes of stuff as opposed to making higher quality stuff. Good morning, sir. I started playing this. If I saw you tweet about it earlier this week, this game is humbling me as a card gamer. I'm still trying to get it down. The depth and complexity and number of decisions you make in this game is far and away so much higher than both Pocket and Snap. For sure, for sure. What am I doing this turn? Speaking of, this turn's a great example, right? Like, look at how many choices I have to make this turn. I think it might just be Amelia. I'm just gonna spread some stats out here.
The Lord Commander dons her mask.
I just want to put enough pressure in the board. They're building towards their big portal crafting, so I want to make sure I keep putting enough points on the board to keep them under pressure. Albert threatens a big swing, so he has Storm, which means he can attack my opponent's dome, and he can attack 2 times per turn. And I have my super evolution, so Albert threatens a burst of 12. So if I can keep some pressure in play and chip away at them a little bit, Albert can drop down and clean up, which would be nice.
This land is both cradle and grave.
We'll see here. They're probably gonna super evolve her, which lets her destroy 2 of my things and attack the 3rd down. Does the brain burn feel similar to Legends of Runeterra? It doesn't, because in this game you can't make plays on your opponent's turn, which gives you organic brain breaks, which is really nice. Yeah, Legends of Runeterra, while a game that was really mechanically deep, felt really it was tough to impossible to stream. Just felt really burned out consistently trying to play Runeterra, because there was just so much going on all of the time. I think I'm burning a super evolve here to clean them back.
Pierce through the heart of darkness.
So we do this.
Over my dead body.
These clean these, and then I can't let them start their turn with this 8. I don't think. Even with the wards, I don't feel very safe. We're 1 super evolve to 1 super evolve here, so spending mine to clear them back I think is fine. What does Enhance do? Enhance is kind of like a kicker cost for my former Magic players. Basically says I can play this as a 9 instead of a 5, and then I get this extra effect. So if I play Albert as a 9, he deals 3 damage to all enemy followers. And then can attack 2 times.
to extinction.
My oath is fulfilled.
Yep. Are they going to... They need to attack my 9-4 though, yeah? Like they played their big mech here, which has Storm Ward Aura. But if they hit my face, they die to Owlbear, right? Because he's 12 plus 9. I think this is them debating if they can attack my face. Yeah, they did. Now they're dead. Oh wait, this has Ward. I'm silly. They're still probably cooked though, yeah? Are they cooked? Because this hits this. They're not dead this turn, but I think they're pretty far behind, right? Do I need to heal this turn? They can't build another big thing. I think I want to heal this turn.
Good medic's the antidote to
Forged in steel.
Just tell me who to skewer.
To the shores of victory!
Tell me!
Orcus is lethal if you don't heal. Yeah, that's a good call. Do I want to make...
Over my dead body!
So, I'm throwing these away to heal extra.
Rally to your king!
So forged.
So, I know that play looks weird, so I didn't have to attack those into there. But by killing those, there's a hard unit limit of 5 on the board, and this one heals me for 2, 1 every time an officer enters. So I threw away the 2 officers that I had, so that way I had room for Iron Crown Majesty to drop 2 more to heal 2 more back up. And I notably didn't have to super evolve to make that happen, so I still have that as a burst with Owlbear. I don't have a mega. I don't keep, when I'm streaming and I'm talking to chat and stuff, I don't keep close enough attention to what they have in their hand to remember exactly which artifacts they have left. Technically, if I was being super competitive, I could be marking it down, but I don't know what they're doing this turn, but they are cooked with all my word things here.
My oath is fulfilled.
Trajectory. Calculating.
They can't hit my 9-4 here, right? Because of the ward.
People who need me. I demand a rematch.
And then Owlbear with my super evolve is actually lethal.
Heaven's wrath will fall heavy on your head.
So he can attack twice. We can super evolve him. So he's doing 14 and then she's doing 9.
The hour of keep up. Keep up.
I won't give up.
You reap.
That felt really good. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed by this one. I had low expectations going in because so many people have been so focused on. I feel like people have been hyper obsessed with the aggressive sword builds that I was curious to see how this one felt, and it really feels to me. I'm not gonna say I was surprised, but it was really eye-roll inducing how many streams I scrolled through for Shadowverse, where the opinion the creator was giving was the metagame is solved and we know which decks are good. And that's something that always happens in card games. Like a new set will come out and it'll be like a day or 2 after the set release, people will be like, it's solved, can't innovate, nothing. I've really enjoyed exploring different things in this game so far, and it feels like there's a lot of deck building to figure out. So with their 140 cards we have to start.
Help is here.
To the shores of victory!
Game launched 30 minutes ago. We have solved the meta. Yes, yeah, basically that. I think it's important that I kill their Lance Trooper, because Lance Trooper kind of lets them dictate the rules of engagement by giving all their things rush.
to your king!
Are forged in steel.
It's impressive that you won that last game. It's demoralizing losing your board versus the 5-drop portal with the Gamma board clear. See, I actually think, and this is one of the reasons I think why I've really enjoyed this game so far, is I actually think it's not remotely demoralizing to lose units in this game. And that's subjective, obviously, but I think the fact that just everything dying each turn is so common kind of desensitizes you to it. It's not like, you know, Marvel Snap where Shang-Chi is the exception instead of the rule. It's like, well, if everything is Shang-Chi, it's not a big deal. If, like, my expectation going in is the board's gonna clear each turn, it's not a big deal what happens.
Steel.
Do I want to burn and evolve here? I don't think so. I think I just take the clean board and go from there and save the evolve. And that's something you want to think about. These evolutions are one of the most valuable resources in this game.
Steel.
So not using them too aggressively has a lot of value.
Repent. Understanding is the first step to conquering.
Demand a rematch!
Now I'm in kind of a clunky spot, yeah? I think this is a turn where we're evolving. I think we're evolving the Bellringer here. My hand is clunky, and evolving the Bellringer gets me an extra card draw, and it lets me clear out one of these tutus. And that will be a nice pull for next turn. So we'll have our extra energy back, so I can Geno next turn, potentially. Although, if I Geno next turn, I can't Luck Steel Paladin the following turn. I probably want a Paladin on 7, actually, than Geno on 6. We're definitely on a little bit of the back foot here. I'm glad to see you enjoying the game despite many negative reviews. Listen, chat, I've been in the gaming space long enough to know that both Steam reviews and message boards like Reddit are typically pools of people complaining about the game things that they like.
My star is the star of paradise.
User has 3,000 hours of the game played. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Make sure you stay away from this one. Other Swordcraft allies on the field. Barrier. Oh, I think I'm playing her out. We're kind of in trouble here, though.
Soldiers, lend me your courage!
They just have so much damage. I think we're cooked. I don't see how we get out of this one.
A good medic's the antidote to
Oaths
all
are forged in steel.
I can kill a war unit here, but it's just not remotely enough. I think we're just on a board, right?
My oath is fulfilled.
A little bit too far behind there.
is yours.
I think I needed the Luminous Magus to have a real shot there to have all the wards down.
With rain comes death.
We have much
Once
to
upon a
discuss.
time, I made Legends of Runeterra content, much to the distraught of my wallet. I spent about 5 months trying to make Runeterra content as my primary form of on-stream content, and it is the lowest 5-month income period I've had since I started doing content full-time.
Ding dong, ding
little bit of a brutal stretch.
Looking for a
Much
spark
like
of inspiration.
Riot, I eventually threw in the towel. I think we're just Iron Crown Majesty getting some points on the board here.
Oaths are forged in steel.
Don't move.
Hey, Len Fan, thank you for the 26 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Stop right
I'll
there.
trade that off. I think I'm just going to continue to put points on the board here. Just want to kind of keep them on the back foot and make them reacting to what we're doing as opposed to the opposite way around. I never tried Runeterra. Why did it fail so badly? So I think there were two primary reasons Runeterra struggled to gain traction with the wider audience. The first is that the gameplay was so complicated and deep, it was really mentally taxing, and it rewarded players who were good at the game too much, which meant that people who weren't good at the game couldn't, like, tell themselves the typical lie of, I'm good at this game, I'm just unlucky. I think it was a little too hardcore to attract a casual audience you need for card games to survive. And then the other part of it is, it was too free-to-play friendly, which not only, there's this double-edged sword. Let's not have, let me think about this sword for a second. What do I want to do here? I think it's this. I think I'm burning it above this turn just to lose the board. There's this double-edged sword with free-to-play economies, where players want to have everything instantaneously, but at the same time, they also complain when there aren't meaningful prizes and things to work towards or play towards. So there's this catch-22 of, you need to give players game pieces fast enough that they can actually play the game, but you also need to make sure there's still a carrot at the end of the stick to keep them coming along. And Runeterra gave too much too quickly, which meant you just had so many resources. A lot of people were like, I'm just gonna check out. And you could be like, well, they should just. The common response to that is people are like, well, they should just make a good game that people really want to play. And it's like, in a perfect world, that's how it would work. However, in reality, where we live, that's not how humans behave.
I leave the rest to you. Is fulfilled.
Ooh, that was a really good draw. So I get to go Amelia, which draws 2 cards. It gives me 3 energy back. And then we can play him out to kill the 5/3. And then we will evolve Amelia to kill their 4/2.
Father, give me strength. Repent.
Impressive.
So we're still at a nice healthy 20. I've got Gino into Amalia. Amalia and Amelia in the same deck. Those names are very close to each other.
Follow me.
I haven't played this game yet, but I'm impressed that when I opened it for the first time, it asked me for permission to access my music app so it can mute in-game audio when it's playing. Yeah, so unironically, as someone who's played a lot of card games, one of the things that feels really good, so these are going away at end of turn, but this thing makes a barrier and it makes a thing when it attacks. I'm just doing this to get nice. As someone who's played a lot of these games, this is easily the best tech stack of any digital card game I've ever played. If you haven't logged in yet, it has full spectator, it has in-client tournaments, it has almost every quality of life feature you could ever want in any other card game ever. There's QR codes for easily sharing deck lists. You could import deck lists from PNGs, like, it's Like almost everything I've wanted out of every other card game ever is just like, oh yeah, that's a feature here already on day one. And the gameplay's good too. Like it's, we are currently playing a Swordcraft mid-range deck.
Cradle and grave.
I don't miss. Ambition, desire, nothing
Murdered my board.
Not all is lost.
I think the big thing that stands out in my mind from playing this deck that we are currently playing is how good this deck is at clearing boards without spending evolutions.
Over my dead
So like,
body.
take a look at this turn right here, right? Like they super evolved to clean my board out, and then Amalia came into play here and answered their super evolve without asking me to super evolve back. So now I'm ahead on board, and I'm up a resource in terms of super evolve, which is a really big deal in terms of going pound for pound and trading resources.
And gained a heart. Let down your guard.
For Odin, thank you for the 34 months. I appreciate the almost 3 years. Welcome back. And Nono Saku, thank you for the 13 months. This has Bane. I think I take my heal.
Fly forth into an endless
Draw a couple of
sky.
cards here. She's such a mid-range powerhouse.
Most who take
Let me
the
draw a
high
couple
grade
of cards, heal a little bit of life. It's like, what else can I do for you? I do it all. When you say spending evolutions, you mean there's a limited number of super decks. Yes, Duck. So you see the little pips here. Each player has 2 regular evolutions and 2 super evolutions per game, and it's timed as to when exactly you unlock them.
Let down your guard.
But you have a limited number of them per game.
Trajectory. Calculated.
I want to be heard. Let down your guard.
This is not the end.
I'm dead to their biggin, is the problem. I don't have any way to gain life here. I need one more life to be able to survive here, and I just don't have it.
Most who take the high road, brave fool. Most who take the high road, why brave fool.
Taste steel!
Stop right there.
Comments like yours there, Tiber, are so silly to me. Like you're literally watching a game where I am a single point of life off from being able to win it. And you're like, the matchup 70-30, you could never win it. It's like, well, my opponent had double Orcus, and they assembled the big thing, and I'm 1 point short. Like, that doesn't seem remotely impossible, almost could never win it, right? Too many people focus way too specifically on... I'm talking about on average, too. Like, our draw was incredibly average here, and theirs was solidly above average, right? Like, they had double Orcus. Like, they had double Orcus, and I was missing one of my handful of ways to heal one point there at the end, and it was still real close. People love to make broad, sweeping generalizations like that. My feels tell me otherwise. Yeah, I mean, like, I know it feels... One of the things about positioning in these Shadowverse
With
games
rain comes
is
death.
the
I
life
wield
total
my
is
blade
not a
with
scoreboard.
pride.
Like you can't look at what the life totals were in that last game and be like, oh, you weren't close, when we were actually just like a turn off, right? And that's talking about things that I've enjoyed in this game. For people who aren't familiar, I played Magic the Gathering very competitively for a long time. Top 8 in lots of 100 and 1,000 plus player tournaments.
Victory!
And it was funny. One of my family members tuned into coverage for the first time in one of those events, and they were like, "Jeff, you're losing these games for a long time when I'm watching you play them." And it's like, well, you're not looking at a scoreboard at the top of the screen. I know it kind of looks like that, but in reality, it's not a scoreboard. That's not how this type of game works. Your life total is a resource, and the only point that matters is the last one. Like that last game isn't. That last game wasn't. Oh, I came up short. That last game wasn't. Oh, I was 20-0. It was. Oh, I was 1 point short of surviving and being in a reasonable spot. Is the way to think about it. I think this is just point Luminous Mage will evolve the mage and clear their thing that lets them rush us. And then we've got all these words down.
Into the light.
I demand a rematch!
The Lord Commander dons her mask.
I super feel you on that. I'm playing Jeff's Forestcraft deck, and every loss I'm making 4 mistakes, so I have no clue what decks I'm good or bad against. Yes! Like, that's a huge part of card games. You're like, well, is this matchup bad or am I bad? I don't know that I necessarily want the answer to this question. What do I want to do this turn? I need to clean out their board a little bit. I think I want to do this and kill this. And then this can eat this. And then the question here is, do I want to spend an evolution to make sure this doesn't hit me? I think the answer is no to that. I think I just let this chill. It's close though. It might be worth spending an evolve to kill their 2/2 here. Gigs! Thank you for the almost 2 years. Appreciate that. Welcome back.
I lacked foresight.
Not my first rejection.
Oh, wow. See, I think this was a misassessment of their position in this game. They cleared their 2/2 to clear my thing, so they're going to try and go toe-to-toe with us in the long run, and our deck's a big range deck. We are mid-rangey with a lot of top end teams, so I am super happy for them to prioritize trading to the board when my hand is like full of huge things here. I'm really, really bad at recognizing when I should clear a board and when I should leave it, which makes me waste resources and lose a lot. So 100%. That's such a great way. That's everything about this game, is figuring out when you should be trading resources versus when you should be pivoting to clear them. That's the kind of classic who's the beatdown mantra, right? Maybe are they also a big range build? They might also just be a big range build, I suppose.
Not all is lost.
This might be a full mirror, actually. Which would explain why they traded on board.
Pierce through the heart of darkness by my blade.
Forged in steel. My oath is fulfilled.
I was so overconfident.
Not all is lost. Not all is lost.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
So what's the plan here? I think I'm gonna need to burn a super evolve. I'm not gonna be able to kill Amalia, which is really, really scary.
Ding dong! Ding dong!
Domes.
So when she super evolves a friend. These have ward, meaning I have to attack them first.
My oath is fulfilled.
I get to push a little bit of damage here at least. I do have Albert for next turn, but they can have Albert this turn. Opponent going first in this pseudo mirror feels like gives them a little bit of an edge.
Soldiers, lend me your courage!
By my blade!
I never played the original Shadowverse. Every time I lose in this game, I tell my friends there's 3 options. Either the craft is bad, the deck is bad, or I'm bad. And they scoff and laugh because I'm playing Artifact Portal Craft. Like, well, yeah, only one of these 3 is
War
possible.
to end all wars. This is not the end.
Oh. Wait, Albert cleans them out, yeah? Albert Super Evolve? Albert, no, because of the barriers. I think it's still the play, but I think we're cooked as the answer.
Wrath will fall heavy on your head.
Whoa.
Pluie de paix.
Things are not looking good for our hero chat. So I kill this one.
Stay strong.
I kill this one. The fact that this has ambush actually meant I got to kill the Amelia, which is nice for us at least, but they can crack us for up to 8 here, down to 4, and then at that point I'm not sure we can recover, because our Albert is almost assuredly dying.
Go wild, Captain.
Yeah, and they get to kill him without burning their super evolve.
To the shores of victory.
Is this the end?
So I think it's this,
To the shores of victory.
into this.
Oaths are forged in steel. Over
I'll
my
hit
dead
you,
body.
clear you out.
Stop
I'll hit
right
you, clear you.
there. Not all is
Then we do
lost.
this and make 2, which heal me and get bigger. And then I can have this, hit this, and then I can have this, hit this,
Not all is
and then I can
lost.
play this,
Take the high road, brave.
and hit this,
I was
and then I think we're done.
overconfident.
I think I need to save the last of all for the Iron Ward. And again, I don't know. And that turn, right, just like really highlights everything I've been enjoying about this game. It's like you look at my hand and you think through the combinations and orders of where stuff can be attacking, and there's just like the decision tree that sprawls from that turn is just like incredible, the number of permutations it could go through. And it's like, win, lose, or otherwise, those are the types of games that I play card games to play. It's like, I want to experience games that make me think like that.
Reason.
To the shores of victory.
I demand a rematch!
People who need me.
I think we're cooked here at the end. Their board is really big, and I'm out of gas. I needed an Albert. If we would have top decked an Albert, we might have been okay. We needed an Albert or an Amalia, I think.
We fear the dark because it
Oaths are
let me aid
forged
you.
in steel.
Yeah, Magus might buy us a turn here.
Rally to your king!
This might get us a turn. We'll see.
Not all is lost.
Nah, they have
Fall heavy on your head. My oath is fulfilled.
I will not falter.
All right, let's do one more with this, and then we'll need to take an ad break on the Twitch side, and we'll jump to a second deck this morning, I think. So this one's been fun, but I got some other things I want to try out. Matchmaking was interrupted. As this game replaced Pocket. I mean, I stopped playing Pocket this season before Shadowverse released. Not only are metrics for Pocket content bad, but the gameplay itself is real mediocre at the moment. They have a new card pack dropping Thursday. We're going to be checking out their new card pack on Thursday, for sure.
Welcome to Hades, oh doomed spirit.
I might keep all of these, honestly. Opponent's playing Abysscraft, which is usually aggressively slanted. Sometimes can be a little bit bigger. Are there any crafts you think are particularly strong or weak from your initial reads? No, not at all. Almost every deck that I've played is like, oh, this feels kind of competitive. There's mixes of things to figure out here. Our opponent either AFK or debating if they want to press their first point to play a 2-drop on 1. No play here dictates that they're kind of on the slower side, which is good for us. With 2 Lionheart Wards, I'm going to lead on one of these so we can start pressuring their life total to begin with. I think the Abyss is noticeably worse than other crafts. I think you're wrong. I think we're going to have a deck highlight up on the channel after I'm done with the Shadowverse segment today, and Abysscraft aggro is one of the decks I've been playing while I've been walking around the neighborhood lately, and I think I had a 9 or 10 win streak with it the other day. You'll definitely want to, if you think Abysscraft is weak, you should make sure you watch the Abysscraft highlight this afternoon on the Hoaglandia Shadowverse channel. Deck feels really clean. Yeah, people talking about tier lists and stuff, you gotta understand, all of the tier lists and ratings for this game are a lot like the stock market. They're purely vibes-based. They aren't actually connected to any real-life data that's meaningful. Like, there haven't been tournaments, there aren't any big public deck tracker websites that you can pull information from. It's all just my vibes versus your vibes. This thing has Bane. That's so annoying.
Over my dead body!
Stop right there!
Hey! Ding dong, ding dong.
Ding dong, ding dong. I think it's unlikely they sweep me here. I'm gonna play another Lionheart out. My hand has so much beef in it right now that I just want to play my efficient cards out while I have time to spend energy on them.
Ding dong.
What platform's this on? Steam, Android, and
Really
iOS.
heating up now. Let the sound of the bells give you joy. I'll always watch over you.
I leave the rest to you.
Upon the boom rose.
So this evolves. It gives my other things on the board 1/1, so we'll play her.
The Lord Commander dons her
We'll
mask.
evolve her, which means she can attack this turn.
Repent.
She makes my board bigger.
Shores of victory!
And I think I'm trading her with this one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Stop
go
right there!
you hit you,
Over
you eat you, and then you clear you. And then with this card that heals them, this tells me that my opponent's deck is likely a bigger, more controlling build of Abysscraft, or at least very least mid-rangey, not low to the ground. It's gonna be a little bit grindy here, I would assume.
My oath is fulfilled.
So long, friends, I hardly do you. Really great animation in this game. This game has replaced Runeterra as the most visually stunning card game in my mind.
Soldiers, lend me your courage!
It's just so well done. Oh, I think I have to kill this. I'm not excited about it, but I think I have to burn and evolve and kill this here.
Most who take the high road.
I'll take a hit to my face.
It's the living brave fool. On to the next.
I'm down at evolution point here, but with Gino and Amalia, I should be able to catch back up on evolution points. And we're living to get to Gino, and then I have running Amalia's here, and I have Amelia to gas back up afterwards, so I think we're in a pretty good spot here at this point. Well, while also being at 20. I think the visual edge I would give this game over Runeterra is that I think they actually have similar levels of animation quality, with the big thing in my mind giving this game the edge is the animations don't get in the way of the gameplay in this one. Runeterra's animations were all really good, but a number of them, like, disrupted the gameplay. And this one does a good job of feeling flashy without, like, oh, I'm waiting for a movie here now. And then, like I mentioned earlier, Gino really helps us catch back up at evolutions, because they evolved to clear our board, but now Gino comes down and doesn't need an evolution to clean their board up back. Since I can't read as a card gamer, how do I get better at deck building? It's a tough one. It's definitely a you question you gotta figure out. Tokyo Whirlwind, thank you for the 5.5 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
I only read on the clock.
Alright, I'll let some trade with my biggin.
Overconfident.
I'll take some 4 energy to do
I
it.
treat all my specimens equally.
And then Amalia here just like completely takes over the game. So she gives all of my things rush, 1 attack, and ward when they come into play, and she makes 4 knights when she slams down. So crunch, crunch, crunch. And because these all have ward, they have to kill through these before they get to her. The more I play this deck, the more I think this might be one of the most individually powerful cards in this first expansion. She is really strong.
Chains to ash and boredom to dust. Let's toast them. We can flame them good.
So what does she do? She gives the things. One of these hits me and one of these heals them. And when they evolve her, she brings them back.
I'll char everything to a crisp. I'll rough you up.
Okay, so with the super evolve here, they get to clear my Amalia, but again, this just shows why she's such a powerful card, is like, they killed my thing, but they had to super evolve to do it. And now I have multiple options to get them, to clear them back without committing a super evolve here. Although honestly, maybe I do. I just said I don't have to, but I think I'm actually going to, because I want to keep all my ward things in play. I have to give up 3 of my wards here, otherwise. I think I'm gonna super evolve and take it, and now they have to have a direct way to kill this. Or I guess they could have another copy of that lady they just played, But then that'll burn their last super evolve up.
Is this to be my legacy?
Yes, the correct way to approach deck building early in this game is you should build around the legendaries that you open. 110% the correct approach. All right, they had their sack a unit to kill a unit. They took out my 9. But now they need to figure out how to answer the rest of my board here, or they're gonna be in trouble.
Deity, beast, all
My oath is fulfilled.
meat.
Alrighty. So I absolutely need to kill this. I think I want to save the Owlbear as a finisher.
Over my dead body.
So I'm just gonna get this pile of ward units out here to just try and keep the board stabilized. Again, Owlbear with a super evolve means when I play him for 9, he storms for 12 because he can attack twice, and the super evolve gives him +3. So I just kind of want to jockey for position on board while pressuring their life total, and then eventually we get them to 12, and Owlbear comes in and just like closes for us. Can Gino attack face twice? He cannot. Gino is rush, not storm. Gino would be busted if he hit storm.
Fly forth into an endless
Beyond belief busted. The worst part about Abysscraft is they are more reliant on legendaries compared to the other crafts. I don't think that's true at all. In fact, the Abysscraft deck that I've been enjoying that I think is really solid, the aggressive deck, is only playing the 4/3. How does this play on mobile? It looks identical. I've been playing it on my phone as my walking around game lately, and it feels real good.
Owie! It's really heating up now.
Even fate shall fall to this blade.
That's funny. They didn't attack me because they wanted to not give me space on the board, but I could just
Step
attack
into
your
the
thing.
light.
I lacked foresight.
Heaven's wrath will fall heavy on your heads.
And then they're dead here.
The hour of reckoning. Keep up.
Cut it
Keep up.
out! You
Over
big
my
bleeding
dead,
idiot.
over my dead body.
Good night.
I never forget a winner.
SDM, thank you for the over 6 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
You reap what you sow.
That was really fun and sweet. I liked that this deck had going on a lot. Like I said, I think the Gino and Amelia are really, really sweet pieces of top end. They're just so good at coming down and breaking the board open without requiring you to have an evolution back. I feel like my one takeaway is I kind of wish I had slightly more healing. We only have 5 cards that give us extra life. We have the 3 potion rights at the bottom end and the 2 Olivia at the top. Is there anything else in Swordcraft or Neutral that heals reasonably? The tentacle. I don't know what that is. You have to. Yeah, I can't really say card names. If I knew card names, I'd know what they do. Owlbear needs his coffee. He's an excellent finisher at the end of the game for sure. But yeah, I like this core a lot. If you want to try Swordcraft and you're not super into the being all in on the aggressive builds like have been, feels like have been more common. These more mid-rangey builds, top and Egamalia and Gino, seem very, very reasonable. All right. We're going to take a pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. And I think when we get back, Let's people have been asking me about Havencraft. We're gonna do some of this after the ad break. Let's play a little bit of Control, huh? Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere, gamers. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider tap the like button. Doesn't cost you anything and helps the content reach some more people. Awesome that we're up to almost 200 folks watching on the YouTube side right now. Happy Monday. Hey, Bad Feet, thanks for checking out the advanced sponsor. Yeah, I meant to give them a shout out too. My one of my longtime drink sponsors. You ever see me mix it up in my shaker? Advanced, they do focus, hydration, and energy drink mixes. My code's boosted through the end of day today as the last day for that, so you can get 30% off of your orders there with code HOGLANDIA30 through end of day. They make a bunch of very delicious flavors. I think the best endorsement I can give for a product like that is they send me a couple of tubs every quarter as part of our sponsorship on the house, but I also end up buying a few per quarter. Usually I go through like a container and a half to 2 containers a month. I probably drink 1 or 2 a day. High voltage overdrive ends today or tomorrow. Absolutely nothing is changing about it. I am missing the big top-end legendaries for Abysscraft. I only have the aggressive ones. The aggressive build is the only one I've played of that archetype. I'm not quite collection complete in this game as of yet. I feel like I'm getting close, actually. Where am I at with that? I accomplished some feats. I love feat, chat. I have 2 of them. Resources. Where am I at in terms of collection? And with tangerine and blue raspberry lemonade, just hydration energy. Yeah, I'm not a big caffeine guy, so actually all the ones I do are hydration. The blue raspberry lemonade's my favorite. That one and the tubs upstairs. The cherry apple is my other favorite. Where am I at in terms of legendaries? I've got 3. I think there's 60. There's 60 some of them, I think. Overall, there's 20. Are there 21 different ones? I have full play sets of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have play sets of 15. And then I've got a couple of 3 more and then a couple of singles in here. But I'm also sitting on enough dust to craft. Oh, I can show the create cards, yeah. You can see which ones I'm full missing. Yeah, it's easy. So I need 3, 6, 9. Damn, she's fine. So what, I'm missing 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm missing 16 legendaries, it looks like. And I currently have enough resources to craft 7, so I could craft about half of the ones I'm missing. And if I really wanted to, I could deconstruct foils to probably get enough dust to craft a lot of the rest of them, because I have these legendary foils that dust for 2,500, and I have non-legendary foils that could dust too. Smalls, thank you for the almost 2.5 years. Welcome back. In the Wolves Den, thanks for being in Hoaglandia as well for 16 months. All right, let's play some Havencraft Control, huh? I downloaded this one off of the internet. Can you believe the audacity of it? Card games are fun. Thanks for the over 2.5 years Hyper 10 €.
It's a game. Enjoy yourself.
We have much to discuss.
Opponent's playing Portal Craft, so I probably don't need this Soul Cure Sister. I'm gonna keep the Unholy Vessel as a sweep, and we'll keep these as 2 plays. So, not in... Well, I was gonna say I'm not in a huge rush, but actually, what if I just, like, put the Pact out early? So that's countdowns for 2. It makes me a Holy Flame Tiger when it drops out, and I can spend 1 to advance it extra. And this makes a 4/4 with Rush when it pops up. So if they like drop a 2/2 or something here, I can crack this and clean it out.
I would give anything.
Which honestly I think is the play.
Take my life.
So I'm gonna copy of a random allied amulet destroyed with the highest base cost. Oh, so she brings back the Unholy Vessel. That's fun. Alright, so their puppets are 1/1s with Rush that go away at the end of turns. They're kind of just there for running down our stuff. Ding dong, ding dong. For people that haven't played a ton of this game, Havencraft is the very controlling archetype. We have a lot of ways to heal and stuff like that. Janine here, one of our big sweepers, deals 6 damage to enemy followers for making our things bigger. And then Unholy Vessel engages to destroy all things on the board. So you can play this out and leave it out. The thing to be aware of. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Evolve here, because this draws a card when it evolves. Go ahead and clear something. We'll play another Bell Ringer, and then we'll play Sanctuary. And I have an extra energy, so we can engage this right away. This eventually draws us 2 cards, and we can engage it too. And then a little sooner. So we've got 4 card draw kind of sitting in the tank on the board.
I would give anything.
I'll always watch over you.
Take card draw.
I'll always watch
Card
over
draw.
you.
I guess my hand's kind of awkward. That's nice at least. So we'll do this. We'll evolve. We'll hit this.
My life.
Here's the booster.
I'm actually gonna end up bricking a couple of card draws here, yeah? Can you explain what control means in this game? Control means you are trying to prolong the game and stall so you can play bigger finishers. So control decks tend to play more cards that cost like 6, 7, 8, 9.
These strings will be around your neck.
I'll always watch over you.
Yeah, am I gonna brick 2 draws here? That's not good for that team. This is gonna trigger. Yeah, there's a hard hand size limit of 9 in this game. So we just bricked a bunch of draws. That's not ideal. So this engages to blow something up. And I think we just play this to oh, it doesn't engage to blow something up. It engages to deal 4. My goodness. Oopsie poopsie. Alright, well, now we're doing this, I guess.
It wasn't my fault.
I'm gonna be honest, every time I played against Saving Craft, that card's killed my card. And I'm a card gamer, so clearly I've never read it before.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
For you, dear.
It's 4 damage and heals. Read this for chumps, exactly. Take my extra energy here and go ahead and play Janine.
Fear not the god's absence. This is not the end.
So long, Lord. Our opponent is up in terms of evolutions here, for sure, yeah. Yeah, control in Marvel Snap is very different than control in more traditional card games like Shadowverse or Magic or Hearthstone, because all Marvel Snap games are the same amount of turns. So it's not like this game where like control decks play longer games on average. The average game with the control deck is probably like 15 to 20 minutes, whereas aggro tends to be like closer to 10. Lapis on an empty board is so good. This is our control deck finisher. So when this dies, it gives us a crest that counts down to returning it to play, and it gets Storm when it returns to play, meaning it can attack right away. So even if they answer the 7/6, the 7/6 eventually comes back again and again and again.
I lost my strengths and gained a heart. Let down your guard.
Trajectory calculated.
I want to be heard. Let down your guard.
Hope never dies.
Let down your guard.
It's a lot of damages, chat. It's a lot of damages. Yeah, I can Vessel. I'm just trying to think, is there a way that keeps me alive against another Orcus? I'm not sure that there is, right?
Here's the booster.
So again, obviously that's the line. But formulating a longer term game plan is part of it. I guess Orcus is only 7 this turn, and then we can like Soul Cure Sister the following turn.
I lost my strengths and gained a heart. Let down your guard.
This might hurt.
I want to be heard. Let down your guard. Let down your guard.
A trial I must overcome.
I will say this is the one quality of life improvement this game desperately needs, is my pause there. We knew that they had puppets in their hand with 2 power if I was paying closer attention. So I could have gained 1 life there. That's something that Magic Arena and Runeterra do really well, is when your opponent creates a card you deterministically know in their hand, it leaves it revealed for you. And there's so much mental load trying to manually track node information on top of doing streaming content. So I should have healed for 1 there, so we weren't dead to what they did.
It's a game. Enjoy yourself. We have much to discuss.
All right, so they're Portal Craft. I think I'm gonna keep Guardian as a way to clean up early on. We'll look at these that are looking for some cheaper cards.
Excuse me.
do here, really.
I'll be your mentor.
Man, this deck is clunktastic, huh? That's fine. We're not breaking a card draw next turn, and then I can ramp up to 5 and then play this and evolve it to clean out the opponent's board. So I think we're actually okay here. It feels real bad to not have anything to do, but this is kind of showing why I kept Selpha here in my opener. She allows us to have this kind of clunky opener and then still be very stabilized, right? Because like with this evolution, we scorch their board, I go back to 16, and now I have a 5/5 board to defend with a little bit here.
Excuse me. Nap time.
How does the extra resource work when going second? So you get an extra resource when going second right away, and then on turn 6, you get another additional resource that you can use at a later turn. With the one important asterisk there being, if you don't use the first extra resource in your first 5 turns, it doesn't carry over. So the first one is a use it or lose it, and then the second one that I get, I can hold it at any point through the rest of the game now. Am I burning a super evolve to stabilize the board really hard? I think so.
My stack's a perfect painkiller.
So they're up in terms of evolutions here. But I think it's important that I keep my life pool high against someone that's going to be trying to finish with Lucas. Want to make sure we don't get run down by those.
It will be over soon.
I'll be your mentor.
Scalpel.
Feeling better now?
Trajectory. Calculating.
Their opponent is correctly understanding their role in this matchup. They are the beatdown, meaning they need to get this game over with, so they're using their evolutions to push damage, which is really smart here, I think. I'm gonna get my extra energy in, and we'll play Janine, which will clean their board out here.
See you tomorrow.
Now, an unfortunate thing is I'm actually gonna burn a card draw here, because the Sanctuary is gonna draw us 2 next turn, and then I'm gonna draw for the turn, which will put me to 10, meaning we lose it. Have some pappets.
Soon,
Yep.
these strings will be around your neck.
Sound the retreat!
Alright, we burned a card that didn't matter. Discard a card from your hand, get 3 randomly differently named amulets that cost 3 or less from your deck into play. None of my plays are super exciting here. It could be let's get Lapis going. I need to evolve her. But that's probably the play. Just get this down set way when they kill it. We threaten for her to come back and finish because she comes back every 2 turns. And I definitely can't just take a hit for 5 here. So they're gonna kill my dork here, but my dork comes back every 2 turns.
Hope never dies.
And when she comes back with a vengeance. She has Storm. I think I'm just gonna play this and crack it with 2 of them at hand.
It is what it is.
Ding dong, ding dong.
There's my ding dong.
Mindless puppets truly are the best.
So Liam says here he gets 3 copies of Enhanced Puppet. When he evolves, he gives his puppet's last word, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. So I am taking 8 from their puppets on the board.
I'll always watch over you.
Without suffering, there is no glory.
So I need to heal here. And or have Guardian. I need to not be dead to Orcus next turn, but I don't know that that's feasible. Any lines that leave me not dead to Orcus next turn. I guess this gives me 2 wards.
Ding dong.
Fear not the god's absence. Turn from sin. Repent. Root advance.
Orcus has been. Yeah, we're just cooked to their finisher. They have it, which is likely. They're 20 cards into their deck. Are we fully dead to her? We'll be dead to her plus another puppet, which we know they have. Oh, the long take giving me hope, chat. If they're unlucky and their copies of Orcus are buried in the bottom half, we have a shot here. Oh, me oh my. Oh, me oh my.
Soon, these strings will be around your neck.
Okay.
I don't miss.
You don't pull the strings anymore.
Sound the retreat.
I'll always watch over you.
We win? How do we win? I definitely don't have lethal. We're not dead yet, but they're not dead this turn either. We can divine thunder to clean this. And then I can play her to heal 3, but we're still on dead to Orcus, which they're a little bit better than 1 in 7 to have happen here. Every turn we don't end up dead is good for the home team, believe it or not. Yeah, the opponent still has the Super Evo, and they're drawing turns. Oh, that's so many draws! Oh, it's so many draws! Come on! Use your Super Evo! You know you want to. Don't you want a Super Evo, opponent?
Ding dong, ding dong.
suffering, there is no glory.
Does Vessel kill ally followers? It does. Yeah, it destroys all of them.
Here's the booster. Promise this won't hurt.
This is not the end.
So as I still
I'm just taking it slow, thinking through what our options are. I think getting to 13 hopefully means we're okay here.
Turn from sin.
I'll always watch over you.
They're gonna have their stuff here. We're up to 13. And they're on one evolve.
I lost my strength.
There she is.
And gained a heart. Let down your guard.
Trajectory. Calculate.
There's the super evolve.
I want to be heard. Let down your guard.
They have to go through my wards.
Nap time. I'll always watch over you.
Hope never dies.
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness! Are we good? Oh my goodness, I think we're good. They're out of evolves, right? Goodbye. Play this. And the turn. No more evolves means the Orcus can't make a bunch of things right away.
I'm here to spread the love.
And I have a soul cure sister next turn.
Without suffering.
And
there
my
is no
my
glory.
my Seraph is coming back into play.
Promise this won't hurt. That a jingling purse I hear? My staff's a perfect painkiller.
Turn from sin.
Turn from sin. Turn from sin.
Feeling better now?
I think they're ground down at this point. So they can kill my 7/6. I would wager. Can they? They can. Okay.
Hope never dies.
Hope never dies. Nope. The cat's gonna come back.
This land is both cradle and grave.
Oh, there's Jean.
Fear not the god's absence. It is what it is.
No, you absolutely should fear the god's absence. Godless portal craft heathens.
I lost my strength and gained a heart. Let down your guard. Let down your guard.
Sound the retreat!
So Maeve guarantees I get back the blow up the board one, right? That's how this works.
Without suffering, there is no glory. It's just naive now.
Oh, but that's a last word. I done messed up. We might still die here. We might still die here.
Here's the booster.
Turn from sin.
Yeah, I thought she was Battlecry. I was in my brain she was Battlecry. They're out of evolves though. We might still be okay. Because once they kill her, I have a Rathagon sitting on the board.
Let down your guard.
I've longed for this.
They probably just hit me for 5 and pass, right? No, I think she's actually still the line here. I think assuming I understand the text of the cards, she's actually still the line.
And grave.
Opponent's down to 6 cards in deck as well here. Decking them is becoming a real option. When you go to draw a card with nothing, you lose the game.
I'll be your mentor.
4 cards in deck. Got me.
Without suffering, there is no glory.
I lost my strengths and gained a heart. Let down your guard.
For you, dear, I would give anything.
Alright,
Let
so
down
Puppet.
your guard.
Puppet kills her.
Never dies.
They hit my face.
Without suffering, there is no glory.
I think I need to draw cards here. Are we dead? Fuck, I think we might be dead. What a grind. He can save us, can he?
My weapons bestow fair judgment.
You are safe here. Rest.
Turn from sin.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
we're dead.
over. Give up while you still can.
Yep.
Let down your guard.
A trial I must overcome.
Brutal. I don't know into the tape and craft stuff, Chip. The times I've played against it, it hasn't seemed particularly impressive, and I feel like losing that game is a huge indictment. I need to think about what cards we're playing, but that did not feel particularly promising. Like my opponent had no Orcus in their top half of their deck, and we still ended up getting ground out by it, right? So this was a build I grabbed off the internet. Maybe something that looks slightly different is better. And I had this loaded up. From thinking about it myself, and maybe I should trust myself a little bit more. Rather than just grabbing things offline. Yeah, Griffin as opposed to Lapis could have value. Alright, let's try this one when we get back. I need to run an ad breaks on Twitch so it doesn't happen over the top of gameplay. If you're enjoying hanging out this morning on the YouTube side, make sure you tap the like button on the live stream. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach to more people. Appreciate the folks that have done that already. We'll try this. I'm gonna run and grab my advanced shaker while I fill that up. While it's ad running, BRB. maybe you're supposed to play the big 10 drop. I don't know. My gut says I like the Griffin better than the big 10. There's only so much room for super expensive things, right? Let's hop on in, shall we?
It's a game. Enjoy yourself. With rain comes death.
We'll see what kind of swordcraft deck they're playing. Some of the people who played more mid-rangey ones who played one of those know suit like this card is not aggressive, right? That's somewhat aggressive. Last word, summon a knight. This summons a 2/2 with Storm eventually. Can be aggressive late or allow us to pressure the board early.
There is nothing I can't cut.
This is the last word. It comes back after 2, right?
Here's the booster.
This heals us for 1, but I'm gonna take 2 if I don't use it. I might want to kill something bigger with it. I think I'm just chilling for now.
I'm here to spread the love.
I'll always watch over you.
Alright, so... I think I want to clean their board out this turn just to stabilize a little bit.
Here's the booster.
So we'll go shoot you,
I die a warrior.
shoot you, engage this, get the 2/2, clean this.
To the shores of victory.
And then next turn, we'll be able to engage the play point to drop the Unholy Vessel out.
Roots are forged in
Stick to your
steel.
path, no matter the hardship.
The thing to note here, it says refreshes in 1, so I'm gonna get another extra point next turn, and these are use them or lose them. Ideally, you want to use them. We're gonna take a hit this turn, but then we're gonna get to have an empty board plus
There is
play a
nothing
7,
I
which is
can't
nice.
Soldiers,
There are
run
2
to
Hoaglandia guilds, folks are coordinating in the Hoaglandia Discord server.
Rally to your king.
And once those are full, I'm sure we'll spin up a 3rd. So crack this, blow the
Shores
board,
of victory.
get an extra point, play
Forth into an
Olivia out
endless
here who
sky.
draws us some cards and heals us a little bit. And we'll play the Bell Ringer here. Am I using an evolution this turn? Super evolving this gives us a lot of defense here, I think.
Repent.
Even fate shall fall to this blade. Follow my lead.
So when she super evolves, she
All
super
is
evolves
lost.
something else. These don't have storms, so they can't attack the face, but they get bigger. And super evolved things are immune when they attack.
Reckoning.
To the shores of victory.
More mid-rangey Stormcraft here for the
To the
opponent.
shores of victory.
This is not the end.
It's a shame I can't Gene. Do I want to burn my other super evolve on this turn? I don't think I want to use the Unholy, because I think I want to save this to kill bigger things, potentially. Well, I guess their colors don't really have bigger things. Maybe it is just this. Jean's probably a good enough clear against most of their deck, right? I'm trying to think through what does Swordcraft have. Dealing 6 should be good enough. I guess if they super evolve, I could get in trouble, but I can always super evolve back. Yeah, super evolved Amelia. Jean's not enough to cut through.
Nothing I can't cut.
Oh, getting through a barrier. Amelia's barrier. Yeah, that's a good point.
My sword rusts not.
Rally to your king!
I'm about to die to an owlbear, aren't I?
Fear not the god's absence.
I must stay strong.
Soldiers, lend me your courage!
Right? Not owlbear is good for the
Those
host.
who take the high road wind up dead.
Sound the retreat!
Pathetic's the antidote to
Oaths are
hold still.
forged in steel.
How many genes do I have? Yes, all of them.
Fear not
All of the
god's
genes.
absence.
My oath is fulfilled.
I feel like it speaks
There
to
is
how
nothing
strong
I
my
can't
opponent's
cut.
stuff is that I am continually sweeping their board here, and I feel like I'm still on the razor's edge.
Heaven's wrath will fall heavy on your head.
Don't.
Actually, yeah, I don't know.
A flash of lightning, a stroke of fate.
I'm gonna...
The retreat!
Oh, this doesn't have storm. Okay, technically not dead this turn. I'm not dead yet.
Ding dong ding.
Fear not the god's absence.
Is this the end?
I think I'm evolving her just so she's big enough,
Brace
just so
yourself.
she's bigger. I mean, I can't take these evolves
True
with me, right? So I think I'm
divinity
just
is
putting
bound
extra points on
within.
my war unit here. Hoping for the best. They still have a super evolve though. Imagine if you could stockpile your evolves across games. I'd never use them. I'd always be one evolve extra.
Here.
To the shores of victory!
I feel like
All
that
is
being
lost.
their play this turn
I
goes
will
well.
provide cover.
Oaths are
Let me aid you.
Follow me, follow me, follow me!
Young Paragon dons his
I take it back. I take it back.
My star
None of it's good for me.
Retreat!
I'll always watch over you.
Yikes! Chad, I've used all my genes. I've used them all. Mercy, send help. What are my lines? I don't know that I have any.
Fly forth into an endless sky!
Here's the booster.
I swear by this very sword!
This is not enough to get through.
Promise this won't hurt.
My oath is fulfilled.
Behold divinity. Even fate shall fall to this blade!
Take this!
Follow my lead!
My oath is fulfilled.
I leave the rest to you.
I'm not dead on board.
There is nothing I can't
No, I am
cut.
dead on board. I forgot about this one. Yep.
Repent.
All right.
My sword.
I'm done playing Havencraft.
A trial I must overcome.
Somebody else can maybe figure this stuff out, but this is not. That was not. That just all of that felt clunky and bad. Throwing those into the trash can. Spiked thoroughly into the trash. Stormhaven is the way to go. What does Stormhaven look like? What does that even mean? Griffins, birds, amulets. What is that? But like we had those cards in that last deck. How do you play it without being controlling? Feel free to link an example list, but I don't my brain doesn't parse how that would be remotely better than the other aggressive builds and the other things. I mean, did you play Stormcrow? Alright, I wanted to try, I saw this build of elves online. I wanted to give it a go, because I haven't played a bunch with elves, fairies. They're fairies in this game. I haven't played much with Cairn, and I haven't played any with Sonic Archer. And this card has a text box that reads is really good. You played Abyss yet? I have played Abyss. Yeah, if you want to see my favorite Abyss deck, it'll be the highlight on the Hooglandia Shadowverse channel this afternoon. Self-damage aggro has been really sweet. It's been my walking around deck while I do cardio, because it wins pretty quickly.
I long for sights unseen.
This will be over in a flash.
We're going first. This hand's pretty good. Their Swordcraft. This hand's stellar against Swordcraft. They're aggressive.
You're in the splash zone, pal.
So this archetype has a mechanic called Combo, where your cards do an extra thing if you're playing them as your third or later card in a turn. So Mage Journey Elf here, for example, deals 3 damage to any enemy follower on the field. And Killer here says it gets +X+0, where X is your total combo count. This game free to play. Of course it's free to play. So, thank you for the 2 years. Appreciate that. Welcome back.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna hit you for 1. I wanna go Fairy. Mage Journey Elf, kill this. I get into trouble if they're playing. I get into trouble if they're playing the card that deals 1 to everything on the opponent's side of the board, but it's hard to know if they're the bigger, more controlling Swordcraft deck to be playing that, or the more aggressive build that would never be touching it.
There is nothing I can't cut.
Cool. That's good for us. I would like to send 3 to your face, and then I would like to Bug Alert, pick this up, which then deals 2 to one of their units. Then we can Fairy Tamer, get her played back out. I don't think I'm committing more fairies to the board at this point. So next turn I'll drop to 8, and then this will put me to 9. No, I do want to play a fairy, actually. And the reason is this. There's a hard hand size limit of 9 in this game. And Glade here draws me 2. So next turn, I'm going to drop to 7, and then Glade will draw me up to 8, meaning if I don't play the fairy out this turn, my Glade will overcap me 2 turns from now.
To the shores of victory.
Ageologist, thank you for the 36 months. Appreciate the 3 years. That type of forward thinking with hand size management is a really big deal.
Spin on its own axis.
And again, so this is exactly what we're talking about. I'm up to 8 cards in hand now. We go ahead and we target this, and when he evolves, he does damage equal number of cards in my hand, so he does 8 to the board here. And we can go ahead and finish you, and then send you upstairs.
There is nothing I can't cut.
Thank you for the link to the Storm Maven Craft deck. I will check that out for tomorrow's stream.
Stick to your path, no matter the hardships.
Roar, O thunder!
Profit over prudence.
What's that one you see them all super often?
We're under the bridge.
Well, I just want to just completely keep railing your face, yeah? I'm going to burn a card by doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and fairy into Glade, and then we'll evolve this and range their board here.
Fellowship.
To the shores of victory.
This is a breeze.
Now they're down to 8, and I've got like double Roach in hand, so I assume they're just cooked at this point. Roach has Storm, so it comes into play and cracks them right to the dome. Favorite deck so far? I really like this archetype. This is not the build I've played the most of. I'm trying out someone else's build I found online. I want to see how some of the cards feel, but I like this for this craft deck. Alright, so they're dead then, yeah?
To the shores of victory.
I failed you.
You can have 5 things in play. So we'll burn a card draw. I have 7 energy. And I get to go Fairy into Roach for 2, into Roach for 3, and then we have exactly 8. No, we don't have exactly 8.
The world is full of splendor.
Tag.
The better warrior won.
A lofty view.
Tag, you're dead. Yep. Crunch.
I long for sights unseen.
Another Forest Craft deck, huh? I think having Arya in the Forest Craft mirror is appealing. This is probably also good. I need cheaper things here, though. But opening on the Fairy in the pond is lovely.
You're in the splash zone, pal. You're in the splash zone, pal. Cannonball! Fun's not over yet.
I'm just gonna play this out so I can attack the small things, I think. I have 2 of them. I don't know how I feel about Godwood Staff in the mirror. So this card's really good against grindier control decks, because it lets you keep your cards flowing. I think I want to take my turn 3 to play it out here, because their board's clear, thanks to me playing that last turn. Now anytime I can combo 3, we'll get to draw an extra card, which is great. So we're hoping to draw one of our 1 costs or our 2 that makes 1 cost. That way we can hit this combo next turn on the staff.
Nature is our greatest teacher.
I should have practiced more.
What do you do? 3 damage to a random enemy follower. Combo 3, deal 3 damage to 3 random enemy followers. When this hits combo, does it deal 3 times? Is that how this works? My board is so awkward here. Twinkle Toes is a card that I've been kind of whelmed by in the other builds of this I've played. I'm curious to see if this deck's able to change my mind on it. Oh, am I passing doing nothing here? I really don't want to, but I think I am. Fredwick, thank you for the 7.5 years. Math? 90 months is 7.5? It's a long time. Appreciate you dropping off the primer again. How do you compare this game against Hearthstone or Runeterra? I would say it is... its core gameplay loop is relatively close to Hearthstone and how units attack each other or you attack your opponent's dome, but the complexity and depth of the sequencing decisions is closer to Runeterra. The game has a lot more choices going on than the average game of Hearthstone that I experienced.
I see.
This is an aggressive evolve. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying it's aggressive. Alright, so we're gonna go Fairy, Twinkle Toes, Lillian, set that. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve her, which lets me kill this, then I draw a card.
Where there's light, there's joy.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and crack this. And I'm gonna draw something from the staff here as well.
Be cleansed.
Bale here gets cheaper every time one of my cards leaves the field, so it starts at 8 and it's down to 6 now, and eventually this card gets down to completely free. Yeah, the evolve mechanic is such a neat resource slash twist. It gives so much depth in decision making. So a depth. So not just depths. So Bug Alert returns a card to my hand, and that also makes the Lux Glaive cheaper.
Twinkle with your wings, twinkle with your toes.
Twinkle with your toes.
Same time tomorrow? One, two.
Don't look away.
You're funny. I should have practiced more.
This evolve here from our opponent is smart. So I'm gonna go May Journey Elf, Bug Alert the May Journey Elf, kill something.
One, two.
May Journey Elf, kill this.
Same time tomorrow?
Then I think I'm just gonna play the Warrior.
Let the light anoint my blade.
Same time tomorrow?
And I'm drawing a card here.
Be cleansed.
There's a Roach, but I kind of don't have great cards in my hand to work with the Roach now, right? No, Bug Alert does not target. There's a few things that deal damage at random here. Bug Alert is one of them. So May Journey Elf lets you target. Bug Alert does not.
The Forest Guard dons his mask.
Alright, so are they burning a Super Evolve here to clear my board? I feel like I'm coming out ahead in that exchange. And if they're not Super Evolving, we're super ahead in terms of tempo, yeah?
The world is full of splendor.
So this feels like a
Feel what you can't
a
see.
damned if they do, damned if they don't situation. Because now they're down 1 evolution to 3, and we're about to take the wheel and start driving here.
Let's play a game. Be cleansed.
I think we are, yeah.
My wings shall be your deliverance.
And she lets my pixies attack my opponent's life total directly, and when I super evolve her, I get 3 pixies. So her going to a 7/7 means she can kill this, and then this pixie is going to trade here, and then these pixies are going to go to the face. Can any card evolve or super evolve? Yes, any card can evolve or super evolve. However, particular cards get extra effects when they evolve or super evolve. So like Arya gets me fairies when she super evolves, and Selwyn here bounces an opposing enemy card. If you evolve or super evolve something that doesn't have a bonus, you still get the 2/2 or the 3/3, and in the case of super evolve, you still get that it's immune on your turn. But that's one of the reasons why it's such an interesting resource to balance, is because you need to be managing okay, when am I using this to interact with the board, and when is it important in my deck to save it to get value off of when you evolve to X, Y, or Z.
What cruel.
Yes, you do get normal evolve effects when you super evolve something.
Be cleansed.
Is accurate. Alright, so...
What's today's happy little surprise?
Fairy Tamer. Fairy. Roach. Twinkle
Your
Toes.
wings. Twinkle with your toes.
Twinkle with your toes. And then I think I'm just doming them here. I think it's just give this 2/2 and then crack them for 8.
The world is full of splendor.
You're funny. Tag. Be cleansed.
Because these have Storm. So this hits for 4, and then it does 3 more with my Super Evolve I have in the tank here. So this is a burst for 7. So taking them down to 9 here is real close to dead. And this fairy can hit their face for 1 directly because I have the emblem from Arya still, the crest. If you're just joining us and haven't seen me play Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, they re-released Shadowverse with some new core rules changes. So a lot of the gameplay has some similarities, but there's a brand new client. We're on the first set release, but this is effectively a new game. So it still has the Shadowverse name, but it's a new Shadowverse.
There's no end to a fairy blader's training.
Let's play a game. 1, 2.
I think the servers for the old game still exist. I don't know the answer to that question.
I see.
Now or never.
We're under the bridge.
I have lethal. So we go Selwyn,
Shall we begin the hunt?
Super Evolve, bounce the ward,
I see. To hunt the
crack them to the face for 7, fairy, hit them for 1, and then the engage on this bounces something back to my hand, and then I can play the fairy out again and hit them for 1 again.
This is new.
This archetype, I don't have super strong opinions on builds of anything in this game yet, just because it's so new and there's so many different things going on. But this deck has definitely been my favorite style of deck to play. There's a highlight with one of the other builds of this. For my last daily mission, I need to play 3 more spells. It's almost time to switch to Snap, so I'm gonna do an unranked game to get this mission done. I haven't played enough spell boost to play it in ranked, so I'm just gonna play it over here. Will you do meta reports for this game? If there's a place to pull data from, maybe.
Medium rare. Or well
Alright,
done.
so this deck is
love
the
sights
play
unseen.
spells deck. It has a mechanic called Spell Boost, where, so this card starts at X is 2, and then every time you play a spell or you give thing that gives you Spell Boost, the X goes up. So a card like Radiant Rainbow here, it draws us a card and then lets us Spell Boost a card in our hand. So it Spell Boosts everything once, then Spell Boost one thing twice, essentially. Truth Summons just makes us a 2/2, but it's a spell, so it Spell Boosts the Stormy Blast. So you see X is now 3.
under the bridge.
Spell boost my hand 2 times. That sounds lovely. So Blaze Destroyer here. Starts as a 10 cost, it's an 8/6, and every time you spell boost, it gets 1 cheaper. So eventually it's 0 energy. Eventually it's 0 energy, 0 energy 8/6. I think the #1 piece of advice I would like to give people playing this game, and this applies to all card games in general, but there's a lot of it in this one. Card gamers have this obsession with coming to conclusions very quickly and then deciding that they've made optimal decisions without testing other things. The #1 thing you could do to get better at any card game when it comes to deck building is be willing to go back and try things that you'd previously written off as not good enough. And some amount of the time, you're going to go back and you're going to play the thing that you're like, in theory, this seems bad, and it's going to be bad in practice. But there's also going to be plenty of times where the thing you'd written off as this that seems like it sucks is it's going to be really good and reasonable. And you're going to be like, oh, this is kind of sweet. This is one of our big finishers here. So Dimensional Climb starts off as an 18 cost card, and every time you spell boost, it gets 1 cheaper. And then eventually, you draw 5 cards after putting your hand back in your deck, and then spell boost your hand 5 times, and then fully recover your play points. Very, very sweet, do big thing at the top. So Annie and Greya spell boost our hand 3 times, and they give us this this 5/5 with ward that dies at the end of their turn. We get to go ahead and crack something here. Do I wanna evolve this? That's probably fine. I guess I could wait on it too, though. I'm gonna wait and see what they do next turn. We're not in a rush. Our deck's on the more controlling end of the spectrum.
Dons his mask.
Oh, that eats her. Yeah, that's fine.
I see. Fellowship.
Alright, so let's spell boost my hand twice. Makes our, what's it called? Cost 0. Lovely. I think I'm just blasting you.
I failed you.
Play this out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just clean their board out here. I can't take my evolutions with me. Let's just like put some real pressure on them here before they kill us with riches.
Let Lily's magic guide you. Let Lily's magic guide you.
Don't look away.
Where there's light, there's joy.
I can eat my other one here. Generally speaking, I think trading back and forth tends to favor us. Especially when they don't have a God Staff out. So draws 2 cards, then when it evolves, I spell boost my hand twice.
You're done for. Birds of a feather fly together.
This thing spell boosts when it dies. Do I want to trade this? I think that's fine. I'm only spell boosting this one, but I kind of don't want to put this to 1 against the fairy
I should
deck.
have practiced more.
I'd rather this stay a 4/4. What's the monetization like? It's very typical card game monetization for the digital space. There's booster packs, and there's crafting currency that you can destroy 4th plus copies of cards to get more of and eventually craft specific things.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. How does one adult
better next time?
I'm gonna give what qualifies as a hot take in this game's community because people are really mad about it. But I actually think the fact that you can't destroy cards you don't have 4+ copies of is incredibly smart, and there is a reason why most games don't let you destroy any card. When you can destroy down to 0 copies of a card, what frequently happens is your player base will make bad decisions and destroy down all their copies of the card chasing one deck, and then they'll destroy all their copies of another card again. And then eventually they'll have no cards left with to actually play the game. And then those people, they leave the game when that happens. And people, that's actually part of why the game's getting review bombed on Steam and Android, is because players from the previous game where you could destroy all your copies of a card are mad you can't destroy all your copies of a card in this game. But that allowing players to make decisions that hurt their collection like that causes people to play the game for less time and hurts the game's longevity. Original Hearthstone. Original Hearthstone, but free-to-play players will leave anyways. That's not true. All I'm going to tell you is, if the data said more people stayed in the game and played the game longer when you could destroy all your cards, you'd still be able to destroy all your cards. And the reason why you can't is because the people who have access to millions of data points know from their millions of data points that you're wrong.
None shall escape the lash of my flame!
Never smart to play with fire. It's over.
What cruelty.
I get that it's different.
Adult.
And forcing people hate things that are different because different is bad.
I give up. Same time tomorrow?
But I promise you, for the sake of the game, it is better for the game long term if you can't destroy all of your stuff. I was watching a creator last night that I think they articulated it so well. They accurately pointed out that people who are watching live streams like this are so super invested in these types of card games that you all at home probably wouldn't make terrible decisions with your things. You probably wouldn't be destroying a bunch of cards that are otherwise useful because you understand that it's bad for you in the long run. However, there are a lot of people who play these games more casually that they're gonna see an option to destroy a bunch of cards and build one deck, and then the next card pack's gonna release, and when the next card pack releases, they're gonna need cards that they destroyed, and then they're gonna destroy cards again, and then they're gonna build that deck, and then the next thing's gonna release, and they're gonna want to build another deck, and suddenly they're out of resources, and they're just gonna leave. So I know that it feels kind of bad for you, a person who's like super informed that isn't gonna make the terrible decision, that like your options were limited for the sake of helping the masses, but it is significantly better for the masses if you don't give them the option to hurt themselves. Which in turn is much better for the game as a whole. Why did I just die? I died from nowhere because they were a roach combo deck. And the roaches have Storm and they killed me that way. I got a legendary card ticket for the battle pass there, right? How do I use that? Legendary card pack. There we go. Hopefully. Basically, no modern digital card games let you destroy down to 0 copies anymore if they have dusting systems. What Shadowverse Worlds Beyond has done, where you can only destroy copies of the 4th plus, that's the industry standard because all of the data in the industry from when Hearthstone created the dusting system a decade ago shows that letting people destroy down to nothing is wrong. And I'm gonna move on from this topic now. But you should know that they're just following the information.
All right, that's a card I already have 3 of. Did I craft the 3rd one of these this morning? I might have crafted the 3rd one of those last night, actually. C'est la vie. Turns into 1,200 points for us. And I got a couple of packs here. Lovely. I will say, I do really like that the pity system on opening packs is a guaranteed legendary every 10. That's significantly better than what you typically get. I think I only had 2 of him. I don't know that we're going to play a ton of Havencraft, but at least that gets us closer to complete. Yeah, usually the pity system by getting a legendary is much higher. It's like I think Hearthstone is like 40 packs. Yeah, so these tokens here are only good for this expansion, whereas gold and obviously the premium currency here is used for any expansion. So I'm at a point where I'm not really spending my gold. I think I'm sitting on it at this point. Although I might. Do I understand this right? This says additional reward in 62 packs. So will I get to pick my choice of 3 of one of these? How does the additional reward work? So when I open 62 packs at 350 packs, will I get to pick one of these to just get 3 of? No, there was a random one at 250. Yeah, I skipped the 250 because they offered me Udi, and I already had 3 Udis. Yeah, 250 it offered me 1, I get to pick. So I don't have any copies of Cerebus or any copies of Kuon. So I think I'm waiting to craft either of these until I get to the pity, because I can get 3 of them from here, right? That's how it works. You get either the gold ones don't give copies, just the diamonds. I'm gonna be honest, this part, people have been asking me about thoughts on the economy, and mostly it's just like, I'm like everybody else, it's just vibes-based. I haven't dug into all the details. The Cerebus is just cosmetic stuff, is it? So what's the difference between this? Why is this one going to give me fully animated versus this one would not? Why are these ones gold and these ones are this way? One costs 250, the other card. I mean, that's not true, because I have 288. All right, we are going to wrap on Shadowverse for the morning. For people who are new here, we've been splitting our time. I stream full time, but we've been doing Shadowverse in the mornings and Marvel Snap in the afternoon. So we'll be back with more Shadowverse tomorrow is the plan. If you want to see some more Shadowverse stuff from myself, we actually did a Secret Saturday stream this weekend, and a lot of people have been down on Abysscraft. But I'm gonna go post a highlight on the Hoglandia Shadowverse channel with this deck, which I think I had a 9 win streak with it over the weekend. We did 5 win streak on stream, and then I racked up 4 more after that off stream. So if you want to see what is my fastest 5 win streak run so far in this game, it took us less than 30 minutes to win 5 games with this deck. It's super speedy and slick. I'm gonna post the link in both of the chats. If you want to keep watching the live stream on the YouTube side, I'm gonna go live on the Jeff Hoagland channel for the Marvel Stat portion of the stream. Everybody on Twitch, I'm gonna tap an advert while we get Stat loaded up. You don't have to go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be snapping. Yes. Yeah, if you want to easily import the deck list, go to the YouTube video. The links to the deck list are in the video description for this game, just like in Snap.